and a master's from Brockpot, which if you pay some few $1,000 in a 10 class, you will get your master's degree in public administration there. Brockpot is a great school. A lot of teachers go there to get their master's in education. It's close by. It certainly isn't Cornell. It's certainly not Penn. Certainly not any of the other well-known schools that people wouldn't even know what Brockpot is outside of this county. He got a 9.7% increase over last year, and he's been in that position for 7 years. 7 years. So in 7 years, he built $80 million in buildings and presided over a precipitous drop in on-time graduation rates. And basically, our school went from being one of the most well-respected to near the bottom now, basically. With East, we're close by, basically trading blows with East Irondequoit, Eastridge now. Unlike what you're getting in the mail, it says, again, 96%. Unbelievable. So we've got people giving white lies about our graduation rate, the school board giving white lies about the percentage increase. See, parents, all they pay attention to is 1.56%. Oh my God, I only have to pay 1.56% where I can do that. They break it down to how much each house would pay if you have a $100,000 home. They don't tell you that in a few years when they tap their reserve accounts, they're going to be basically crushing you with another tax increase. They don't care. Jeff Crane will be retired in 3 years, most likely. I will say, though, they did seem very good at making excuses. Like I said, the principal of IHS and another assistant superintendent, who, by the way, the other top 21, we're in the top 21. We got 3 out of the top 21 highest paid public school officials. Now, there's a lot of schools out there. They're talking city and county and urban and suburban schools. William Dom, $161,605. He got a 3% increase over last year, and he's number 21. And another assistant superintendent, $162,000. With benefits, almost probably $180,000, $185,000. And Bill Dom cannot calculate 7% of $2 million in a meeting. Couldn't do math in his head. He blurted out after a very, very trying brain exercise, I think he said 1.4 million. And that was a rhetorical question. I said, do you know how much 7% of 2 million is? Referring to the fact that he pays his engineers a percentage of the overall cost of a project, which is an absurd way to do business. That's like saying, build me a building for my corporation or my home. And I'll tell you what, I'll pay the engineer and the architect 7% of the total cost. Well, what's he going to do? Save you money? He's going to look to do it in an inexpensive manner? That would be counterproductive to his pay grade. They're going to want to run those costs up because they get paid on a percentage of the job. So I said to Bill, do you realize on a $2 million, you're spending $2 million on the windmill and all this other nonsense? Do you know how much you're paying the engineers? You're going to get a very expensive project you're paying. You know how much 7% of 2 million is? And he had a hard time calculating that. I had to help him out. John Abbott, by the way, and Susan Allen of East Irondequoit. Irondequoit is up there. Susan Allen is 6 and John Abbott's 13. So John Abbott's the counterpart to William Dom. So Irondequoit certainly is up there in the pay grade, but our numbers aren't. I would like to also say that, basically beyond college, when your kids graduate, they don't accept late work when you go to work. They don't accept you being late. They don't give you extra time to do projects or accomplish goals that they set forth, whatever job you have once you finish high school or college. And this idea that it's okay that we spend $200,000 per student to educate them K through 12. That's if they don't go on to the 5-year plan that Irondequoit seems so fond of in high school. $200,000 so that kids can pass 5 Regents courses with a 65% or better. That's all they need. 65%. They can't do it. Again, additionally, as I mentioned in a previous broadcast, the West Irondequoit School Board decreased public input time, half that, cut that in half, refused the teachers' request to televise their school board meetings on ICAT Channel 15. They have it on the website. Nobody goes on there. And hardly any parents even attend these school board meetings. I've been to a bunch of them. I've seen virtually nobody there, except teachers. Teachers asked them to put it on Channel 15. There's no reason not to. That's not Charles Perreaud's private bank account. That's not the school board's private bank account. They can't do that in private and spend the money they like. But they do. They spend it however they like. They know the average person, when it comes down to it, they're going to sit at home. They're going to read this literature they sent home, 96%. They're going to go to the football games on a new AstroTurf field. And they're going to read all these wonderful things about West Irondequoit. They're not ever going to see the 83.3%. You'll find about 2% of the people in this town actually know we have an 83% graduation rate. And then they're going to pass whatever they put forward. Jeff Crane says, look, that $10 million he wanted to tack on to the $12 million in reserve funds, which, by the way, was breaking law. From what I understand, they're only allowed a maximum percentage to put away. It's called preventing overtaxation. He said, well, the public would have to vote on spending that money. No, they don't. I've learned one thing. The public doesn't really control, for the most part, where that money's spent. Once that's in the Capital Reserve Fund, they put up these projects and bids, and they try to candy coat them. And then they have a private meeting with the PTSA, explain how to slant it, print up literature to send home and distribute on campus through the PTSA about how wonderful these things are. And generally they get passed. I don't know about you, but the way the economy is going, I don't understand what they're thinking raising the expenditure by 6%. I don't know what they're thinking giving Jeff Crane a raise at all. I asked the school board to cut his pay. I would have cut his pay. I'd say, you know, Jeff, you're going to make less. Or freeze it.